Layoffs have been a roller coaster, feeling all types of emotions. Right now, I'm angry, I'm mad, but I'm fired up to make more videos because I want to try to help as many people as possible. So, if you find these videos helpful, definitely give a thumbs up. Consider subscribing because it really helps me out. I appreciate all the comments I got in my last videos and all the support as well. I want to make this video and also let you guys know that I am fine. I am in a good place financially speaking, and I feel so fortunate to be in this position. But I want to talk about my skeleton budget. What's a skeleton budget? You guys might have heard the term skeleton crew. The crew that you need to be on your team. The bare bones. So this is my budget that I've used in the past when I got laid off before, and I can revert to again, and I feel comfortable reverting to. So my bare bones budget has been around $30,000 a year spend, and that's just for me living alone, single. I could even make that go further if I get a roommate because the luxury that I keep is living alone in my two-bedroom townhouse. So I could even make it lower than that. But what I'm comfortable with a skeleton budget, that's my bones budget. So going down the list, this is taken from my budget spreadsheet, which I also share for free for anybody else that wants to use it. And so my mortgage that I pay right now, living alone, it's about $1,600 a month. And I'm going to go through what I do spend on and what subscriptions I've used in the past, but I've canceled for cheaper free alternatives as well. I have an HOA with my mortgage. It's running at about $100 per month as well. Having a mortgage is definitely more stability, I find, than renting because renting, the price can go up $100, $200 every year. It's ridiculous. I will be living in my house having a mortgage for 10 years this upcoming May. Over those 10 years, my mortgage has increased from insurance and escrow less than $300, maybe $200 from like 1400 to 1600 now. So that's over 10 years that there's been a lot of stability in that. So I am very fortunate that I have a stable place to live that doesn't increase much in price. Electric bill, I've been paying about 120, 130. Recently, it's been going up more than before. Usually I budget around $100, and it's usually cheaper during the transition months, fall and spring, like now. But yeah, it's just been kind of a cold winter. I've been using space heaters, but $100 a month. So, alternatives, of course, to that is to try not to use a space heater like I did throughout the whole day and sometimes night as well. There's ways to cut costs with electricity. Just turn on the light in the room that you're using. Don't leave the lights on everywhere. Um, and so there's things that could lower that, but right now I'm paying about 120 per month. My water bill is about $50 per month, and of course there's ways to save on that as well. But it also helps that I'm just one person living here, one person showering and using up the sinks and showers, so that helps keep it low as well. I used to go to the gym. Um, I paid as much in like Lifetime, sports and health places, $100 per month almost, when I was having a really high paying six-figure job. And then I've used Planet Fitness. I've done the $10, $20 per month. I've learned that I really don't like going to the gym. I really don't like working out in general. So I have invested in some more at-home workouts. I do at-home workouts now. I try to do squats, push-ups, take walks around. So, cutting out the gym works for me. That's an expense that I would not miss at all. Car property tax, I budgeted for $15 per month. I pay it annually. It's about 100 something dollars. So $15 per month. Investments, I can slow down on that, especially for now. I've reached coast fire, which means that if I don't contribute anything else to my investments, my current investments will grow and I'll be able to retire with enough savings. So, investments aren't really top of mind for me right now. I've been able to save a lot in my early years. So, that's another really big privilege that I have, that I don't really need to worry about investments as much right now. So, I could keep that at zero. We'll assess when year end comes how I am. Gifts, I am budgeting probably about $30 per month. And there are times when I've made high income and I've been super, super generous with family and also giving to charity. And you know what? Gifts can be cut out completely. And also, you can give gifts for free. You can make your own greeting cards. You can make experiences, cook for people. Those are gifts that might not cost a lot of money as well. And so there's ways to give gifts without having to spend too much. So I did put a little budget for me to still allow some money for gifts, but I'm not going to be as generous as I was before when I laid off or not making an income. Internet bill, I have it currently at $60 per month. I've been able to use cheaper internet before at $40 per month, and I I like really good fast internet. I'm a game streamer. I'm online a lot and posting content, and so having fast internet is important for me. Living alone helps with that. I don't have to share the bandwidth, but $40 per month was enough for me when I had it. Right now, it's $60 per month. I'm gonna keep it at $60 for now too. But there's ways to save on that, and also you, you could even go without internet bill as well. You could go to the library, access their internet services. I find that the US doesn't do this as good as other countries, but there are places that have free internet. They might be a little bit slower as well. You might not necessarily be able to like stream games online from it, but there's internet gotta get to shoot. I find that other countries that I've traveled to, they have free internet everywhere. Even when you're walking down the street on a sidewalk, there's free internet. And I wish the US would have more of that, but there's other places you could find internet. So I do have an internet bill, but that could be optional for some people. And monthly subscriptions will go through that at the end. Car insurance, I pay $60 per month, and so pay every 6 months. My car insurance is about $300 to $400 for 6 months. So I think that's pretty affordable. And switching car insurance regularly is also key to keeping it low. And also having a car that is maybe older also helps keep it low as well. If you buy a brand new car, a lot of times your insurance will also shoot up. So I have a almost 13-year-old car, and yeah, my insurance is pretty low on it. So that helps keep the cost down as well. And of course, no car payments. We're not doing any debt here in the skeleton budget. This is another privilege where I was able to save up. I did have debt. I had student debt. I graduated with $30,000 in debt. I paid it off and I was able to work up my savings and haven't been in debt since. So there's a way you can bring down your debt payment or bring down your debt so you don't have a payment, completely eliminate it. It will set you free. It is such a huge advantage to not have any debt payments. So we're not going to see any car payments here. We're not going to see any of that. All right, moving down the list. So those are pretty much my expenses. I also have an expense for gas. I don't really drive too much, so I spend like $60 to $100 per month in gas. So it's pretty low. And of course, alternatives for that car and gas. You can also, a lot of people that live in bigger cities don't even have a car, don't even worry about gas because they could walk places, they could take the bus places, and it's more easily accessible. In suburban or rural areas, it's kind of hard to get away from that, but that's another option to eliminate that. But the key is not having a car payment in the first place. That is a huge expense that can be eliminated. I also put entertainment slash clothes, shopping. Oh, so yeah, I skipped some things. But anyways, we're talking about entertainment and clothes. So you could try to put that at zero, but there's always gonna be different expenses or purchases that pop up. Even me, who's like a type A budgeter, loves a spreadsheet, tracks every single cent and dollar, I still have little purchases that crop up here and there. So this might be, you could also call it your miscellaneous purchases. You could call it your buffer purchases. So when you're not working, a lot of people will tell you to just completely eliminate entertainment and stuff, but you need to give yourself a little bit of buffer room. So I put $100 for myself. A lot of times I might put it to 50. You could put it to 50. I don't really recommend anything below 50. It's for me really hard to have no buffer of money every month. And if you find that you go above your budget every month, definitely does something to your psyche. It can be demotivating. And so having a buffer helps with that to keep up the motivation to keep going towards your financial goals, going through your money goals, because we're not robots, okay? As much as I like to stay organized and I like to be on top of my finances to a T, I'm still not a robot. So I still give myself buffer room, $50 to $100. Groceries and food. So I put about $300 to $400 every month. And when I am laid off or not making income and need to save, I tend to buy more from the grocery and eat out less because dining out, I want to keep that to a minimum. But eating out less and cooking more at home can be an increase in grocery prices. I've been able to get away with $300. I made another video of how to save on groceries, where to look for coupons and compare prices. So sometimes you might want to get different items from different grocery stores if you are in an area that has like a Wegmans versus Kroger versus, I don't know, Safeway, or different grocery stores. You want to compare the prices, you might have to get things at different places. For instance, eggs nowadays are the highest I've ever seen them. I went to my local grocery store I usually go to, $10 for a dozen. I went to Wegmans, $5 for a dozen. They have a limit of 10. It's still expensive prices, but it's half the price. You could save so much by comparing prices. Clip those coupons, wait for those sales. Know which sales usually come up, like for feminine products. I never find them on sale at Wegmans, but I always get deep discounts for them at my local grocery store. So I wait for those coupons, those a lot electronic coupons to come in, clip them, get my feminine products from my local grocery store. So things like that, different items at different places are cheaper and you still want to shop like good quality stuff. I personally avoid the expensive organic uh, food. Sometimes I might get them, but they're just so expensive for me. I still can make a great quality meal with the rest of the produce, and a lot of the produce are local as well. And so, great healthy quality meals for cheap. And so, learning how to cook is also a huge saver in groceries and food bill for that. If I really tried, I could get my food bill living on my own for myself to $200 a month. Uh, but $300 is where $300 to $400 is where I feel like I don't feel like I'm suffering. Really, it's comfortable for me, and it's how much I've been spending all these years. So, going down to subscriptions, right now I have it at about $17 per month. And that really is just when it goes to skeleton budget, that's just my phone bill. And I think it's a pretty low price phone bill for Mint.com. I pay every 6 months for Mint.com. I pay about $200, $180 to $200 every 6 months. So that's like, or every year. I forgot. I think it's every year. I have to double check if it's every 6 months or every year. But it's super cheap at Mint. I have unlimited data, texting, calls. You could go even cheaper. I've used Ting.com. I don't know what the prices are now, but before I was paying like as low as $6 to $9 a month. It's very limited though, and so that's why I ended up opting for Mint. You could even go free. There's free apps out there where they will give you a cell phone number, a legitimate phone number, but it's all based on Wi-Fi. So you could text people, you could call them, they could call you, they could text you, but you could only do it over Wi-Fi. So if you need to call someone, you just have to find a place that has Wi-Fi and use it. So I used that for a season, and it was a little cumbersome, not gonna lie. But there's options for free. But for me, for my own comfort, and usability, I decided to go with Mint because even though it's free, sometimes it does come with hassle. That's just not worth it. And Mint is so affordable at the same time. I've been using Mint for years. This is not sponsored, by the way, but I've been loving their service. And also, it's really easy to bring in new unlocked phones and for their service as well. So I use Mint. Now, I want to go through the other subscriptions that I have used in the past and what alternatives there might be. I used to do Ring Cloud recording, so I have a Ring doorbell. Living alone, I wanted to heighten my sense of security, got a Ring doorbell, and really, there was never a time in the past almost 10 years that I've had the Ring doorbell where I've really needed the cloud recording. They're really luckily I live in a safe neighborhood. So yeah, the cloud recording used to be cheaper. Ring raised the price, so I decided to cancel it. So I don't use the Ring cloud recording anymore. Advantage CD card. So I have this hobby that I've been trying to call down of chasing credit card points using credit cards. So I always record the annual fee in there. And a lot of times I get the annual fee for free because there's a promotion. But yeah, really, that's a luxury. Credit card annual fees are a luxury. You do not need them. Close out those accounts for your skeleton budget, I would say. Just completely eliminate those credit card annual fees. Okay, going on to, so there's Advantage, IHG, which I am canceling this month. Actually, I don't think I had to pay that $99 because it was like free first year, free annual fee. So that's a reminder. I'm going to close that account um, next month when it comes to Amazon Prime. So this free shipping was a big thing with Amazon Prime. I find that a lot of stores ship really fast anyways, and a lot of items at Amazon still ship fast, sometimes faster than the Amazon Prime days. And Amazon Prime isn't guaranteed. Not all items qualify for Amazon Prime, even if you paid for the subscription. The other part of Amazon Prime, which I will touch on with other subscriptions coming on this list, is the Prime Video, the TV shows, the movies. So for this, uh, so many free ways to consume TV shows and movies, books. I use Hoopla Digital, the app. You connect your library card, which you get for free. They have great movies on there, great shows. So I've used that a lot. Also, the last time I was unemployed. And so Capital One Venture, also a credit card that I list there, closed. So Mint, Amex, yeah, all these credit cards, of course, it closed the annual fee. So GoPro, a lot of these are luxuries that I just kept on the list that had free trials and I just never renewed again. I bought a GoPro, they had a free trial for just their GoPro features, I think. Cloud saves. I forgot what was included in it. Complete luxury. I rarely use my GoPro and I could still use my GoPro for free without the subscription as I need it. So don't need that. Planet Fitness yearly. We talked about the gym before. I don't like going to the gym. Even when I had a gym membership, I wasn't going. So no gym membership for me. Work out at home, and I should really work out more. But having a gym membership, the salespeople will always tell you this, that it will motivate you to go to the gym if you have a membership. Didn't work for me. So, okay, more credit cards. United Explorer, British Airways. If you guys are interested in a credit card video, I'm happy to do it. I've been trying to like step away from that world as I want to just not be chasing points as much anymore. But it was a fun world. I've taken some amazing trips around the world for really cheap, and I might do it. I think I plan to do a points trip for our upcoming honeymoon. So I'll probably do a video about that on how I plan points and how I plan a whole ass international trip, sometimes with business class, first class with points. So, and if you guys are interested about that, comparing credit cards, let me know. I'll probably end up doing a video about it. Anyways, I'm gonna blow my nose. Okay. I'm almost done, I think. I think I'm almost done. We'll see. I think there's a second part of this video I want to talk about a little bit more. Okay. So, credit cards. Nintendo Switch Online. $50 for the yearly expansion. When I got for last year, I thought it was so worth it. Honestly, $50 for an entire year. I played so many great games that weren't officially accessible anywhere else. I was able to grow my gaming channel through it as well. It's still not monetized. I'm not making any money back, but it was a great experience. EPS was able to use it as well, and he was able to play some of his old favorites. So the Nintendo Switch Online pass was fun. I think it was worth it if you have the money and if you're, but I would not ever include it in a skeleton budget. It's purely entertainment, purely optional. So YouTube Premium. That one I feel like, yeah, I thought it was gonna be worth it. Again, not a skeleton budget. Axe that out of your skeleton budget. But now I'm going into subscription reviews, and I didn't mean to do this, but I honestly don't think it's worth it for me to keep even outside because I'm able to skip the ads. YouTube, please don't ever take away the option for us to skip ads. However, if I really like a content creator, I know that watching those ads, if they're relevant to me and not too annoying, does help the creator. So if I do like the YouTuber, and I do want to try to see their channel grow some more, I do try to watch the ads more. I do try that. So I know it helps creators, but I'm so thankful that we can still skip ads. So I think that for me, um, the YouTube Premium, I'm still okay with. Like, I don't think it's as worth it, especially with like how pricey it is. But definitely not skeleton budget. Netflix. Uh, I did reactivate this for a month, and I canceled it right away, so it automatically closes at the end of the month. But yeah, not part of skeleton budget. I'm not including it as part of my skeleton budget. Um, but as you're going through your unemployment journey and like looking for jobs and not making an income, like honestly, I can't be the one to yell at you if you're gonna spend $8 for 1 month of Netflix or like go out for coffee once in a blue moon while you're unemployed, still looking for a job. I can't yell at you for that. That's why, also the buffer entertainment budget line is there as well because we're all human as long as we could keep it in check, going out to get a little treat for yourself once in a blue moon, as long as it's not extravagant, I feel like it's totally okay. And it will keep you sane. So, but yeah, if you do it out of pocket and just so often, of course, that's something I suggest reining in. But, anyways, Netflix, that's going to be canceled. I'm taking that out of the skeleton budget. Xbox Game Pass. I had some Game Pass stuff I was testing. I've gotten free trials, so definitely entertainment, not part of skeleton budget. So I think the YouTube premiums and the Netflix, um, those TV show, movie consumption stuff you can find on Hoopla. Hoopla also doesn't have any commercials or any pauses, which is great. So you just need your library card that could replace it for free. Xbox Game Pass and kind of going into the entertainment with video games with Nintendo Switch Online. Yeah, video games, they can cost you, but you could also play some demos for free. However, the demos will want you to buy the game, of course. So I think for alternatives for video games, I think there's people out there. If you like video games, you probably have a backlog. And I've made a backlog video in my video game channel as well. So if you have backlog, just go in and play your backlog. I've discovered so many gems, so many new favorites from my backlog, and they were so fun to play. So play your backlog because you've already paid for them and you don't need to spend any more money for that. So that's for video games. All right, so GoDaddy, that's like a website subscription. I thought when starting my YouTube journey a few years ago, I thought I wanted to create a website. And I did for a little bit. This channel, Linda Says Things, used to be called Linda Finance. So I made a Linda Finance website and it housed like my budget template. I was gonna put more information of like articles and stuff. But yeah, I think that I just let it lapse. So creating your own website, there's free options. So I actually created, and I think I'll probably do a video about this. I actually created a personal career website that I put on my resume, and I used Google's Looker application, which is a free application on the webs online on that you could access through your browser. You don't have to download anything. Look it up. Google the Looker app. It's like it's supposed to be used for data visualization. I think I'll do a whole video about this because you could host stuff. It's free to use. You could direct people to the website link. The link is not the prettiest to direct people to, but it worked for me. It got me a lot of interviews and a lot of attention for my personal website, my professional website. So, a free alternative to creating your own website and hosting your own website, Looker from Google. It used to be called Data Studio. Look it up. So, I'll do a video about that. I think that would be really helpful. So, GoDaddy is not needed. And of course, yeah, total like not skeleton, not needed. All of these subscriptions, maybe other than the cell phone subscription, is I would say not skeleton stuff. But if you find that you need it or you really want it, these are just alternatives that are free or cheaper. So Boostroid is also a gaming platform. It's actually a cloud gaming platform. Right now they made it about maybe $15 per month. They raised the price. So full disclosure, I'm actually a partner with Boostroid, the cloud gaming company. So they do provide me access to it to use their services, which I'm so thankful of. And so I actually don't have to pay that, and yeah, I am very, very thankful that, especially during this time, I have access to like that sort of entertainment for that app. So that also goes in with like the gaming subscriptions alternatives, like use your backlog instead. Booster Rate is a little bit different where they're not like they don't really provide games per se. They provide a way to play games if you don't have a computer, if you don't have a gaming computer to run high graphics. I would actually say Boostroid and other services, also like GeForce Now, they are the cheaper alternative to regular gaming. So you don't have to invest thousands of dollars into a gaming rig or purchase like consoles. You could play on their virtual system. So it is a subscription. You do have to pay for that. Not part of the skeleton budget. All it is all optional in my mind. However, Boosteroid I would list as something that is more budget and a cheaper option for people who want to have access to like the best high graphic quality games available. So look it up, Boosteroid. Um, Fitbit Premium. So I close that. I don't really need those apps. Use it. There's so many free workout apps online. Shout out to like Yoga by Adrian and other channels which I watch a lot, which there's so many workout videos for free that content creators share out there on YouTube that you could follow along. And yeah, I don't really find any use for Fitbit Premium. So the alternative is free workout videos. So NVIDIA GeForce Now goes with Boosteroid. I mentioned that. That's like honestly would be considered the cheaper alternative to like more expensive gaming rigs, but not part of the skeleton budget. Showtime goes with like the alternative of Hoopla. So instead of Showtime, Netflix, and all that, could use Hoopla. Google Pass. I forgot what Google Pass was. So we're gonna skip that because I forgot what that was. I also put some like unactivated stuff that I need to remind myself that I have that available. So free Apple Music and Apple News. So music apps, Spotify Premium, Apple Music, even YouTube Premium provides you unlimited music listening. So yeah, you get the free version of those and they have ads that ruins the experience. I have to say Hoopla again. Hoopla gives you access to a lot of new full albums from artists. So it's not really an app to play music continuously. And I don't think you could really make playlists. So they're missing those features to make playlists and stuff. But you could listen to full albums from like Taylor Swift, whoever you like. A lot of artists are available for free through Hoopla as well. So I've listened to albums through there. Free Apple News. I don't watch news, listen to news really. Uh, there's free articles everywhere online. I try to stay away from news. Keeping up with news, though, sometimes once in the blue moon, I'll watch my broadcast TV. So I have an antenna that I bought for like $50 from Best Buy. Old school, post an antenna up on your wall, link it to your TV. You could watch the local or even national news. You could keep up to date with things, watch live sports, watch just like the popular TV shows out right now. So, broadcast TV is all I need. So, that's also another alternative to cable TV. Yes, you could go for the quote unquote cheaper alternatives like Amazon Prime Video or Netflix, but now those prices are increasing where for the whole year it's like getting as expensive as cable TV. So, alternative for me that I use is completely free. Hoopla again, or getting an antenna, hooking it up to your TV. You get the best channels from that. And I do love watching Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and I get those channels with my antenna. All right, so that's pretty much the subscriptions that I have tracked and some alternatives to that. Paramount Plus, Amazon again, that's with the Hoopla. I keep mentioning Hoopla. I love Hoopla digital stuff. Um, there's also others I haven't listed, like Audible subscriptions and book subscriptions. Other than Hoopla, you could also sign up for Libby. I also heard that Overdrive is another free option where you connect your library card as well. So, those are some alternatives to the skeleton. Those are some alternatives to different subscriptions and budget line items, so you could try to pare down your own skeleton budget. So, if you have a skeleton budget, I'd love to hear what you have in your skeleton budget. Any compromises that you had to make, and yeah, just share some if you have other ideas for alternatives to these subscriptions or expenses for cheaper items or lower cost items. Definitely share so can help other people hopefully as well. But yeah, that is pretty much how I construct my skeleton budget. But it's good to know that I'll be okay and I'm okay. So, anyways, thanks for watching. All right, signing off now. Bye.